Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala Sayyid al-Awwaleen wal Akhirin Muhammadul Ameen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan ar-rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Laqad khana lakum fi Rasulillahi uswatun hasana. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, we have discussed about far now till the about the Seerat of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam we are discussing about, and we have seen that what are the factors what are things which were prevalent in the Arabia, and we have seen who were the Arab tribes, and we have seen the empire existed before the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also that very common thing which we have noticed that how the Ibrahim alayhi salam, which he brought the religion of monotheism in the Makkah, and how other people destroyed that religion and altered that religion in their own favor, and how the polytheism became very prevalent in the entire society of Arabia. Though that was not the scenario when the Ismail alayhi salam was there and the Jurhum was there, but after the advent of the Khuza and the bringing of the idols in the Kaaba brought the practice of the idol worshipping in the Kaaba in the Makkah. That's how it started. But still, the Arabs of the Makkah used to claim that no, we are not worshipping these idols. We only have them as an intercessor between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the Quran rightly describe that ma na'buduhum illa liyuqarribuna ila Allahi zulfa. We do not worship them, but only we see them that because they can make us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was their claim at that time. They were saying they were not worshipping them. As the same thing, many of the people were claiming that we are not, but they were far deviant from the right path which was brought by the Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam. They were all the Muslims, they all the Muhyiddin, they all were lover of the monotheism, but that was not existent in the society. In addition to that, we have also seen that how the society was the indecency prevailed in society, how the marriage system was not in place, the marriage system was totally out of the order, out of the decency, and how the marriage used to take place out in the prostitution, and the fornication used to take place in the marriages, how the husband used to send his wife to other men for getting pregnant, how the fornicators, the prostitutes used to invite the people to sleep with them, to do the fornication, to do the zina, and then get pregnant, and then claim that he is his son and that son. And same way the entire society was in the ignorance. In a similar way, but also there was some good part of the society was also there. Like for example, they were very hospitable. The Arabs were very hospitable, and they have been known for their hospitality, and they of their guests and all. They used to spend hugely on their guests, and they used to feel pride in that and spending on the guest. Also, in addition to that, in hosting the guest, in addition to that, they were also used to they were quite a good keeper of the covenants, if the promises and all. If they had the promise with anybody, they will keep the promise, and they will not destroy the promise, whatsoever may happen after that. So they were good keeper of the promises which they used to practice at that time. So promise was very important part of society which they used to do. Plus, in addition to that, they were also good. They were also good in other things, with also, for example, in protection of the people's rights and all. So they were having the quite good scenario in that. So they were largely, it was a bad society, if you see, but there were also a few good things that was present in that bad society also. Now we'll see about a little bit about the family system of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and how that was. We all know that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam belonged to the Hashemite family. That's one of the most prestigious family in the Makkah, and they were quite well honored in the Makkah, and they were having the custodians of the Kaaba. They were having now one of the grandfather of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Hashim was there. he was actually he was on the authority of the Sikaya and Rafada for the pilgrimage which used to come to the Kaaba for performing their duties to the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they also, as even they were idol worshippers, they were polytheists, but still the Hajj was common, as though it was, the practices were not as the Islam has prescribed, as Islam in the Islamic rule we do the Hajj, but they were the practice of a Hajj as a common phenomena. It existed at that time also. The Hashim name, the true name of the Hashim, the grandfather of the Rasulullah ﷺ, was the Amr, but it was the name given to him, the title given to him, because he used to crumble the bread and give to the Hujjaj Karam, to the pilgrims and to the people coming over there. And he was also one who introduced the summer and winter session for the trading in the Arabia. During one of the trade expedition to the Syria, he went to Medina and married to one of the women from the Bani Najjar, and she got pregnant. And while he was returning back, he died actually, and that woman got pregnant, and she gave the birth to the person called as the Shaiba. The Shaiba was the name of the person. And the Hashim brother was Al-Muttalib. Al-Muttalib was the Hashim brother. And when he got to know about, he learnt about that his brother's son is there in the Medina, he immediately went over there and asked her mother to kindly give it to him, and he will take him back to the Makkah, and he will restore his duties in the Makkah, and he will perform the things over there. So, but his mother, the Shaiba's mother, refused to give it to his uncle, but he managed to convince and took him back. While he was coming back, and people saw the Shaiba below, and the Muttalib was on the camel, and he was on the down. He was returning from Medina, so people of the Makkah saw that he has brought a child, because it was a custom at that time. And when he saw, so people gave him the nickname as Abdul Muttalib, the slave of the Muttalib. But in fact, that as a nickname given to him. So Muttalib actually he was the son of the Hashim, son of the Hashim Muttalib, and the you can say nephew of the Muttalib. So this is how actually the family, the Shaiba was there. Then now the Muttalib actually died very soon, and then he became the caretaker of the Kaaba, and then the other activities he used to take care of that. Now Abdul Muttalib had almost about 10 sons. He had 10 sons, and when he promised that when they grow, when they mature, he will sacrifice one of his son in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He sacrificed one of his son in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, little bit in between, he also, the Abdul Muttalib, saw the dream of excavation of Zamzam. Excavation of Zamzam, he saw in the dream that he excavating the Zamzam. He has been given the order to dig the Zamzam, and then he actually dig the Zamzam and took out all the treasures which the Jurhum, when they were expelled from the Makkah, they buried all the treasures beneath the Zamzam, where they buried the Zamzam. So they excavated everything, and they took the Zamzam. He excavated the Zamzam, and the water gushed through it. In between, some he also took away excavated all the things which were buried by the Kabila Jurhum, as we have seen that. Also, the controversy arose in between that the other part of the other tribes of the Quraysh also wanted to be part of this auspicious and sacred duty, but Abdul Muttalib said, no, I have only been ordered to do so. So they chose to go for a kahina. She will decide between us. So while they were going in between, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed some kind of sign. So they all realized that no, it is only meant, and he has been given the prerogative in performing this particular job. So everybody returned back. In the same way, later on this year, they followed the also called as the Amul Fil. What happened, as we have known, that the Abraha, who actually who attacked the Jews under his leadership of the Ariyat, and then later he killed the Ariyat and became himself as the leader of the in the Yemen. He actually saw the people are going for performing the Hajj in the Makkah, so he actually tried to establish one church to deviate the people from Makkah to this large church. Now one of the person from the Kinara area saw this, and he went over there, and he actually pasted the shit on that wall of the church. So he, out of anger, out of atrocity, he took almost the troop of almost about 60,000 and a lot of elephants he took with a challenge that he will go and destroy the Kaaba. But as we know, and between when he started going over there, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the ababils, sent the birds with the pellets in the mounts, and they pelted at them, and they all were destroyed, and they went back. And even the Abraha, while coming back, he even could not reach the Sana'a, and he actually died in between. That's how this year also called as the Amul Fil. Also we know that the Abdullah was the son of the Abdul Muttalib. So there was 10 sons of the Abdul Muttalib, and when they all matured, as we know, that he promised that he will sacrifice one of his son. So he actually he asked the soothsayer, and the divination arrows were taken, and to point to 10 divination arrows were taken, and the divination arrow was taken to take it out that whom it will point, and that son will be sacrificed in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the sight of God. And that arrow actually pointed out towards the Abdullah, the father of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the arrow pointed out towards the Abdullah, and they all became now it was the time to sacrifice him. But he took suggestion from and then what the soothsayer advised him advised him that you keep on adding 10 arrow 10 camel for each that you will sacrifice. For each arrow 10 camel will be added, and till the time the arrow is not pointed out till the camel, you keep on adding the 10 camel. So he kept on taking out the arrows again 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and the number reached 100 till the last he pointed, the arrow came in the direction of the camel. So since then the blood money, the Abdul Muttalib sacrificed 100 camels, and it was left to be eaten by men or human or for the animals. And till that point, the blood money for killing a single person in Islam also became the 100 camel. If anybody kills a person in Islam, he or she will have to sacrifice or give at least about 100 camel for as a blood money to that person's family, in that as a blood money he or she will have to give. So it's about the 100 camels were sacrificed for saving the life of the Abdullah. Now if you see that the life of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is all about the family of the Hashim Muttalib, Abdul Muttalib, and the Abdullah, and 10 sons sacrifice, about the excavation of Jamdam, and about the Amul Fil. Now Amul Fil mark very important point in the history of the Islam, also because we all know that the Amul Fil, during the Amul Fil, the event at that time it occurred, it attracted the attention of entire Arabia to the Makkah, and that was the year 571 Hijri. What was the year at that time? It attracted the attention of entire Arabia, entire world, that something has happened in the Arabia, because that was something divine happening in the Makkah. So and that was the year Amul Fil was a year also, the year of elephant was the year of the birth of the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So again the place where the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the city in which the Rasulullah was supposed to be born, it became the center of attraction for the entire world. This was again from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we all know different muhaddithin say different thing, that he was born on the 9th Rabiul or Rabiul Awwal, or some say even 12th Rabiul Awwal of 571. But that date is not confirmed, because at that time it's not prescribed and not very well recorded, 9th Rabiul Awwal or 12th Rabiul Awwal. And in between some even life example, the other calendar like 20 or to 22 April 571 was the date. That is the Allama Muhammad Sulaiman Sahab, Sulaiman Mansoor Puri has actually mentioned also. The Mahmud Pasha Falki also has given this date. 20 or 22 April was the date on which the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born. The Islamic year calendar 9th Rabiul Awwal or 12th Rabiul Awwal was the date 571. During this, when the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born, and we all know that it was really a glad moment for all of us. His uncle kept his name as the Muhammad was the name given by his uncle, and also other name was given, was the Ahmad was the name given to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We all know that entire family became very happy, and his uncle, even the Abu Lahab also actually freed his laundries also at that time, and that's how he freed his laundry, and that's how actually entire thing happened, and the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was born. And we all know that it was a custom during the Arabia. It was a custom in Arabia that whenever a child was born in the Makkah, it was the child was given for custody of few years to the Bedouins coming from the Medina. So Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was given to Halima bint Abi Zoyab. We all know that she was a Bedouin lady who she came in the search of the child, but she could not get any child, and at last she came to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's mother Amina, and she did not have anything to give. So she said that if you want to take the baby, you can take it, and she said that it was good for me to go with the baby without going without any baby. But when the Halima bint Abi Zoyab, she took Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, she observed and experienced the barakah in his presence, that even we know that she camel, his donkey, and he was is the goat, everybody became the full is their full energetic milk giver and everything, and she experienced a lot of barakah in that time, entire thing. So she became very happy, and she kept Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and she experienced a lot of barakah. So for 2 years, again when the time came to that, they had to return back the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to their family. Again they had to. She requested that can I keep the Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam again for more than 2 years, more 2 years. So she actually took the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam again for 2 years, and she was taken again for 2 years by the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. She was again taken for 2 years. That's how the things happened. And again when the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was about 5 years old, the Gabriel came from the heaven, and he opened his chest and took out the heart and washed, and also cleansed one clot from the heart, like for the satin, and wash it with the water of Zamzam, wash it with the water of Zamzam. That's how when the playmates and the friends saw this happening, they rushed to the Halima bint Zoyab, and they explained her that this is how happened to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, what happened to Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then she feared that the life of the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and she gave Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam back to his mother Amina. So this is how the 5 years was completed for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the Agosh, with the Amina, with the Halima bint Abi Zoyab, and again inshallah we'll see that how the rest of the life. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.